with us, with our audience, which revolving around corporate stress management. Anything you'd like to add on?
Sometimes pressure and timelines doesn't make us realize, but we stretch for hours working, working, sitting at one place. It's very, very important. It might sound a little casual, but it's very important to take frequent breaks while you're at work, and that break could be in the form of maybe a tea or a coffee break. And of course, you need to have some buddies in the office. It's always good to speak out. And in fact, I would suggest just refrain talking about work when you are at on a break. You should always talk about things here and there, and just don't talk about work, because that's what is always there on your mind the whole day. So you need to just switch that off, maybe even for 15 minutes. Just switch off your work mode for 15 minutes and maybe discuss your personal things, maybe discuss some global issues or whatever, but not work. I think that's another very important point. And just don't try to skip on your holidays, or just try to avail them. Go out on a vacation. I think that's really, really very important to rejuvenate yourself. I mean, I think most of you would have experienced that whenever you're about to go on a holiday or a vacation, you're already, recharged and very fresh. And when you come back again, so that kind of a break, maybe small holidays during the year, 2-3 days holidays, and, one long vacation is again a very important point. And I think in the Indian corporate setup, one important thing that we miss out on is pursuing our hobbies. So I think that's again a very important factor. I don't know how one takes out time, but that's really very important, be it on weekends or be it certain days of the week. It's very important to pursue any hobby that you have. Another important point I think that I missed out is, I think, which I personally follow, I try to follow in my this thing is, once you are done with the office for the day, please just forget office. I mean, there is no point going back home and just sticking onto your phone, trying to check your mails. I think all that can be done the next working day as well. I think that's the biggest blunder people commit, because you're never off work then. If you come back home and again get on to work, I think you can never be off work. And that's really very important, to be off work and be with your family, friends, have a social life, so that you look forward to something. When you're at work, you work dedicatedly, and then you look forward to maybe a Friday night that, yes, I'm going out. You can't be just working all the time.
But Neha, I think
Yes.
this brings me to the next thing also. We discussed about bosses and peers. But when you yourself become one, when you yourself become the leader or a manager or a mentor or a boss in an organization, this aspect of you leaving work when you step out of the office, is it really practical? Because then it's not just you and your accountability towards your work.
See, as I said, yeah, absolutely, you're right. I mean, as I said, I try to follow that. I mean, there could be days out of 5 days, and 5 working days, there could be 2 days when you have to attend to work. I mean, that's something that's unavoidable. Being in a professional this thing field, you can't really avoid that. But I'm sure one cannot have an excuse for working all the 5 days after coming back home. And I think most of the people would agree that there is a tendency to just keep your mailbox on all the time, irrespective you're expecting anything important or not. You just have that tendency or the curiosity of just keep on checking your mails. So I think that should go away. Important work has to be there. It will remain, it will continue. But something which is not important, again, for you to decide, what can just hold on and what sits on priority.
You have been a manager and a senior manager for so many years, and there must have been so many employees who would have worked under you over the years. Some would have been rather productive, some would have been rather nice, because in terms of personal skills, some might be good in professional skills. But for you personally, what are the traits that you look for?
I think in one word, if I were to define, I think it has to be dedication, because I think it's linked to a lot of other aspects. So person is dedicated, even if the knowledge base is less, I think that can grow. Uh, uh, you know, uh, I would always confide in a person who is more dedicated than over a person who has more knowledge or technical expertise, because having technical expertise and not having the willingness to work could be a disaster.
Right.
So
Right.
that's something I think I would always prefer.
If I twist the question, the upper the ladder, as in a
Mm-hmm.
boss, what is it? What is it that you look for in a senior professional, a senior manager, or anybody that you are working with? What is the quality that you wish that the person has?
I think approachable. One has to be really approachable. I've had many bosses, many superiors, all these years of my work. So I've always felt more comfortable with somebody who's more approachable, and he's my go-to person. I mean, you don't really have to wander around looking for peers answering your problems, solving your problems. You just directly go back and approach your boss and you're sorted. So I think that's the key again here.
Fantastic, fantastic, Neha. So thank you so much for all your wonderful insights, and thank you so much
Right.
for taking out your precious time and coming at Friday Nights with Ray and sharing such
Thank you
beautiful
so much.
thoughts on.
Thanks for having me here, Rishabh, and all the best to you and Reform as well. It
Thank you
was a
so much.
wonderful session. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
And to the viewers, thank you so much for joining in, and stay tuned. Follow us at Reform with Us. Next week we have a very special guest for you. Until then, it's Rishabh Jain, aka Ray, signing off. Take care. Bye.